Hi students, welcome to Sri Chaitanya E-class program and welcome to our physics mains and need class. Now today we will discuss a small topic that is important for competitive exams like JEE mains and NEET as well as MCET and any other competitive exams. Of course, it is the simple and very short topic, but it is most important. The topic is a straight line motion. Straight line motion. Straight line motion. In this one, we have a very few topics, subtopics, a very few subtopics. First of all, in this one we have distance, displacement, speed, velocity and acceleration. These are the subtopics. So to discuss this one, let us imagine a three-dimensional coordinate system: x, y, z, or z. Okay, first of all, let us discuss about the term distance. For example, here one object is there. The object is moving like this path and finally comes to rest here. Actually, this is the path of the body in which it travels from O to a certain point here. O to a certain point. But here the coordinates are 0, 0, 0. But here the coordinates are some x is there, y is there, and z is there. So initial coordinates are 0, 0, 0. Final coordinates are x, y, z. Now if you measure this path on which it traveled from here to here, the length of the path, this path on which it traveled, that is called here distance. That is nothing but a d. Once again, the length of the path on which the body traveled, that is called distance. Of course, distance is a scalar quantity. It is independent of direction, and its units are meter in SI system. Mostly we use in SI system only. Now the second term, displacement. Now if you measure the straight distance from initial position to final, if you measure this one directly from initial to final, that means the shortest distance. If you measure directly means that is the shortest distance. The shortest distance from initial to final, that is called displacement. It has a particular direction. That's why it is a vector quantity. So displacement means the shortest distance. The shortest distance, that is called displacement, and its SI units again meters. That is nothing but the distance. So path of the body, that means the length of path of body, is called distance, and shortest distance is called displacement. This is measured in meters as well as it also in meters. Now actually from here the body started its motion and here it ended. The motion has started here and ended here. So in the beginning, let t is equals to 0, and after t seconds, it reached here. The initial time is 0 and final time is t. That means the time gap from here to here is t minus 0, means t it is. So in the t seconds, this path is covered. In the time t, this total path is covered. Now here, the speed means the total path. The total path divided by time taken. The total path divided by time taken. What is the total path? That is nothing but the distance. So directly we can write speed is equals to distance divided by time taken. Distance divided by time. But see here, the distance is t and time is t. Mathematically, we can write speed capital V is equals to distance upon time. This is the mathematical representation of speed with capital. What is it again? Speed means the total path length divided by time taken for this total path. The total path length means it is the distance and time is nothing but the time. So distance upon time is nothing but here speed. Mathematically we can write V is equals to distance divided by t, means t by. And here the SI units for it is meter per second. Meter per second is the SI units for the speed. Of course, distance is a scalar, so automatically speed also is scalar. Now let us discuss about velocity. Velocity. See, we have two different lines. One line is its path and one line it's the shortest distance, nothing but displacement. So, what is the time taken for the entire path? That is nothing but the speed. And what is the time taken for the shortest path? That is here velocity. So, velocity is nothing but the displacement covered. Displacement covered divided by time taken. Displacement covered by time taken, that is here velocity. Speed means path length, means distance upon time, but velocity means displacement upon time. So mathematically we can write here small v is equals to displacement either s or x or y or z, whatever may be. So s upon time taken. This is the equation for display. What is the velocity? This is the equation for the speed. So speed is simply indicated with capital V, but here velocity written with the small v. That is a little bit different. Now again SI units for it. Displacement by time taken means again length by time. That is here meter per second is the SI unit for the velocity. And for these two related, here we have acceleration. In this one, in this path, the body has speed because path length upon time, speed. In this one, it has velocity because shortest length divided by time, velocity. But of course, this much path length has taken some time, and this much path length again taken somewhat. Here, in both two cases, the speed again measured with respect to time. Similarly, the velocity again measured with respect to time, that is here called acceleration. The simplest and common definition for acceleration, that is the rate of speed or rate of velocity. One second, here I am writing rate of speed. Rate of speed, or directly we can write rate of velocity. Rate of velocity means velocity by time. Rate of speed means speed by time. So acceleration, that is indicated with the small a. So we can write directly v upon time. Acceleration is a vector quantity. That is a vector quantity. And its SI units are here meter per second square. Meter per second. So this is the a very short topic, and let us discuss some applications and some special cases related to this one. Take a small break. Okay, boys, welcome back. Now we have the equation velocity that is equals to here distance divided by time in straight line. This is nothing but the displacement again. Here I am writing directly either x divided by time or y divided by time or z divided by time. Why it is means actually we are taking the concept along a straight line. If we consider a straight line either x direction or y direction or z direction, if we travel from here to here, this is the straight propagation or the movement. When the body moves from here to here, this is the path length, that means distance, and this is the shortest distance, nothing but displacement. So here velocity is equals to distance by time because it is only the path length, and this is the shortest distance, that's why displacement by time. Displacement, if it is moving on x-axis, that will be x by t. If the body moving on y-axis, the displacement is nothing but y, so y by t. If it moves along z-axis, then automatically the displacement is z only, so we can take z by t. So depending on the direction of motion, the displacement may be x, may be y, may be z. But in straight line motion, again the displacement and the distance both are equal, both are similar because we are in straight line motion. So for example, here I am taking one example. At t1 is equals to 0 second, t1 is equals to 0 second, the body at a distance x1, the body at a position x1. When the time increased to t2 second, somehow, okay, maybe after 10 seconds, after 20 seconds, means somewhat time later, the position of the particle or body let x2. For example, here I have taken at t is equals to 0 second. The position is here what? x1. When the time reaches to t second, the position is x2. What is the displacement? The displacement means the length from initial to final, the shortest from initial. So initial to final, this is x2, again this is x1 from here. x2 is there, x1 is there. The gap between these two points is x2 minus x1. This is the displacement. This is displacement. And what the time taken? Final time minus initial time. That means t2 minus t1. Here we can take t minus 0, directly t, that is time. That is time. A small time, here I will take dt, a time gap. If you write the velocity, v is equals to here displacement x2 minus x1 divided by time t2 minus t1. We can write mathematically here delta x divided by delta t. Change in position divided by change in time. If here I am writing condition if delta t tends to 0, the time gap is very close to 0, means approximately 1 second. If the time gap is very close to 0, if it is very shortest time gap, then the delta is directly taken as d, means smallest change. D means not distance, differentiation. So we can write the velocity v is equals to dx upon dt. That means here we can read it, that is rate of change in displacement, that is called velocity. So mathematically we can write v is equals to dx upon dt. Dx means very little change in displacement, dt means a very change in time. Delta x means a larger change in the displacement divided by delta t means a bigger change in the time. So velocity with much changes in the position, we can write delta x by delta t. Velocity with the shortest changes, that we can write dx upon dt. So v is equals to dx by dt. Similarly, we can write acceleration. A is equals to dv upon dt for the smallest gaps, for the smallest time gaps. So A is equals to dv by dt. A, rate of change in velocity. V, rate of change in displacement. So if we change this equation a little bit, like this here, again what is v is equals to dx upon dt is there. Here from this equation I am writing dx is equals to v into dt. If you want to get the displacement in the particular time gap, then we should apply integration on both sides. Integration dx is equals to integration v as the function of time into dt. And the limits are x1 to x2, because here we have x1 to x2 limits. And time limits are 0 to certain time, means 0 to t. Here 0 to t. So this is the displacement of the particle when you know the velocity as a function of time. Once again, from this equation dx is equals to v into dt. To get the total displacement in this total time, apply integration on both sides. Then here integration dx is equals to integration v as a function of time into dt. And for this, the limits are initial position to final position, that means x1 to x2. And for this, the time limits are 0 to t. And similarly, with acceleration, we can write here dv is equals to a into dt. dv is equals to a into dt. Then if you want to get the final velocity, then again apply integration on both sides. Integration dv is equals to integration a as a function of time into dt. The limits are initial velocity to final velocity and time limits are 0 to t. Here integration dv means v, and again upper limit minus lower limit means here v minus u is equals to integration a as a function of time into dt. Time limits are 0 to t. If you want to get final velocity, then take this initial velocity that side. Then directly we can write final velocity is equals to initial velocity plus integration 0 to t a as a function of time into dt. So this is the equation for the final velocity with the integration terms. And this is the displacement equation in terms of integration time. So let us discuss a few problems based on it. Okay, guys, let us continue. So, like in the previous case, if the body runs with uniform acceleration, if the body runs along a straight line with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. Body moves with uniform acceleration. When a body continue its motion with uniform acceleration, a scientist in the physics who named as Galileo, he wrote some relations between the velocity, acceleration, time as well as displacement. When the body exactly moves with the uniform acceleration, if the body doesn't continue acceleration in the uniform manner, then those equations doesn't valid. So the validation of equations strictly under the uniform acceleration. Those equations in physics are called equations of motion. Those are, here I will write, V is equals to U plus AT. This equation is nothing but the relation between velocity and time with the constant acceleration. So relation between velocity and time. Now the second equation, that is V square minus U square is equals to 2x. And this is the relation which tells between velocity and displacement with constant acceleration. The above equation gives the relation between velocity and time, and the second equation gives the relation between velocity and displacement in constant acceleration. And the third one, here it is, S is equals to ut plus half ad square. And this relation between displacement and time. This is the relation between displacement and time. And this is the relation between velocity and displacement. And this is the relation between velocity and time. That means mutual interrelation between the different physical quantities in straight line motion. And the last equation also there, that is S after n seconds. S at the particular nth second, displacement of the body in a particular instant of time. At nth second, that is U plus a n minus half. That means n is the time, exact time, at that time where it is and how far it traveled. That is simply given with this equation. So we have four equations. These are called equations of motion written by Galileo. That is V is equals to U plus AT, and V is equals to U square plus 2as, and here S is equals to ut plus half ad square, and here another last one, Sn is equals to U plus a n minus. And in this all cases, if the body moved from rest, then directly we can take initial velocity is equals to 0. The initial velocity of the body is equals to 0 if the body moves from rest state. Here directly we can write V is equals to AD. Directly, that is the acceleration equation, V is equals to AD. And here directly V square is equals to 2as because V is equals to 0. And here S is equals to 0. Means directly half AD square. S is equals to half AD square. And here S is equals to, it is 0. Means A of n minus r. So these are the fundamental equations which helps us to solve different types of questions in competitive exams like JEE and mains, NEET also. Now here, though it is a simple one, we have a complex relation. Depending on the differentiation and integration terms, we have a complex interrelations, though it looks like a simple. Now, the applying of this equation is quite different. That is, when you have the simple given parameters, you need to choose the given appropriate relation to solve it. For example, I will take here a question. A model question I will take. Here a body started from rest. Started from rest. Travel 16 meter in just 2 seconds. 16 meter in just 2 seconds. Then what is the acceleration of it? Then what is the acceleration of the body? What is that? So before you apply the equation for this question, let us pick out the data given. First here simply started from rest is given, means initial velocity 0, traveled 16 meter. 16 meter means displacement. So displacement is given 16 meter, and in the time directly given, that is t is equals to 2 seconds. Asking about acceleration of the body. So here u is there, velocity, displacement s is there, time and acceleration. We need to check the relation between these 4 parameters. U, S, T, A. In this one, there is no displacement. In this one, displacement is there, but there is no time. In this one, displacement is there, initial velocity is there, A is there, and time is there. Means all the given parameters are simply coincident. So let us pick out this principle, that is S is equals to ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at. Now we can write S, that is 16 meter, is equals to u, initial velocity 0, so 0 into whatever may be, that is 0, plus half into a into given time square, that is 2 square. 1 2 got cancel. Then here a is equals to 16 divided by 2 means 8 meter per second square. This is the acceleration. So let us take one more example related to it. Example 2 question. A body moving with 25 meter per second. Moving 25 meter per second is traveled a distance 25 meter, traveled a distance 25 meter with a acceleration of 3 meter per second. With the acceleration 3 meter per second square, what is the final velocity after t seconds? Directly we can write 5 seconds. Here with 25 meter per second the body is moving initially, means here u is given 25 meter per second and traveled a distance, that means s is given 25 meter and acceleration of the body is given, a is equals to 3 meter per second square, and asking about the final velocity. So we have a relation here, v square minus u square equals to 2as. Let us use the equation v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Question about the final velocity v square is equals to, take this initial velocity u square plus 2as. Let us substitute the given values in this equation. Here u is given, that is 25. 25 square means 625 plus acceleration is given, that is 3, and displacement is given 25. 2 into 3 into 25. 2 25 sir, 50 into 3, that is 150. So this term is 150. So v square is equals to 775. 775. So v is equals to under root of 775 meter per second. This is the final velocity actually. Okay. So let us take few previous year JEE mains and NEET questions related to our uniform acceleration and straight line motion. Okay. Take a small.